Hey everybody, Asher here, and welcome back to Starsector, where in this episode we're going to be talking a little bit about the elephant in the room. That elephant in the room is Hannah Kesslier, as it were. Now, if you missed the end of last episode, it doesn't look like we had some drama here, but we had some serious drama. Wow! I restarted recording so the cats wouldn't fight, and they fight even harder now. This is hilarious and sad. I guess we're just going to have to play through here, kind of like with this game. We're doing what is called a Nuzlocke run. It is kind of a loose set of rules that actually put some pretty big gates on what we can do, and one of the issues is just that we lost two very large cruisers, one to a bad die roll and one to some bad combat tactics. And I look at this and say to myself, what is Hannah Kesslier going to do in this situation? It's kind of the driving force for a lot of these things here. We left off at Prism Freeport last time, and we do have a golden opportunity here. And part of this comes from my own experience playing the Nuzlocke run so far. Part of this comes from the feedback I've gotten from you all. Even some of the older videos that still get more recent comments here. Just saying things like, you know, it's an interesting rule set, but it's kind of slow to watch. And I agree with that. I think there is some beauty in it being slow, but also there's some real... we'll call it annoyance at being slow. So we're not building a Nagato today, but I've kind of settled on what the rule's going to be for being able to acquire ships from blueprints. And it goes back to Hannah being kind of resourceful here and not just sitting there and being like, well, I lost two ships, whatever. We have a lot of money. Money is not really an issue this time around. We can't just build all of the ships. But what we are going to be allowed to do this run here is, as long as somebody else is building the ship, as long as we're using some of this kind of stuff, and this will change a little bit once we build a heavy industry in our planet, which I've decided we are going to do after last episode. As long as somebody else is building the ship and we put them the money, then we don't have to worry about her level of expertise. All she's doing is moving the stuff here. So I have some options about what to build. I'm kind of leaning towards the Shivan just because it's big, it's bulky, it's less likely to die. It is 50 speed, which is a little bit low. I kind of like the MIDI, but it does have some of those concerns about it's a bunch of tiny weapons. I would kind of rather build the Verge. To be honest, Verge also looks really cool. But for the things that we have so far, even with like the Basilisk, we could have some fun piloting a Basilisk here, or the Kestrel, which I've talked about before. We're gonna start with the Shivan, and we're gonna build that. And this helps build reputation with Midnight Dissonant, which, remember, I said I wanted to try to be a better a better friend. That's one of the goals here. The Remnants still like us a little bit better. We have a military bounty here. That's right, that was the Hyver forces that we said hell no to. But that's going to be the rule. As long as somebody else builds stuff, it doesn't go to our fleet cap, which, as you can see, just by looking at our captain's log intel, it is useful, but it is a hot mess. So I will add that if we go ahead and do this here, I'm not going to say we can double dip and get ships out from the environment when we're also building ships. But if we've already done that before, then rules are retroactive. Hey, look at our VRAM, it's looking fine. But see, that's kind of the goal here, that's kind of the point. She's a survivor, if nothing else. Now, for reasons, some of that will go into play a little bit later on. But this is where we are at right now. We're not really in a desperate situation. But we are in a situation where we need to consider our options, and part of those are how to survive a little bit better. We do have a dead drop for the pirates here. Actually, in some systems that we haven't really explored very much, there is a gate nearby. So we could probably do that. I think one of the other questions I have at this point is we need to do some moving as well. Specifically, if we look back at Epsilon the Sparrow here, there's still a lot of shit there, so we're gonna need to do some moving day stuff a little bit. So I take the blame, yes, for the last episode kind of going haywire, and there's some fun drama to that, but I think it's within the spirit of Starsector in general to say no, we're not going to take that sitting down. I'm not abandoning the Nuzlocke idea by any stretch of the imagination. I just think that based on the situation, it's okay to settle on what would the character do, what would the captain do here, and part of that is just to try to build back a little bit stronger and better instead of saying, well, I guess we got shot down, we're gonna die the Vengeance fleet. Now, fleet cap and stuff like that, I'm still pretty comfortable with all that. Did we actually not explore? Okay, we have new Lammy we didn't explore yet. Probably because it's like a red star here, but we're going to try to be a better friend to Midnight Dissonant, sure, but we're also going to try to do good for ourselves here. We're feeling a little slow. So let's see, why did we not do this? Oh, we've got an unidentified contact that's probably coming right for us because we have a dead drop. Unless that's the Vengeance fleet again. That actually does look like the Vengeance fleet again. Didn't we just see you guys? Hey friends, you guys are probably gonna try to like jump in here. Oh, yes they are. And they are e-burning right for us. There is the dead drop location. You guys really want some hot vengeance. It's gonna have to, I don't want to do it this way, but it is probably very likely gonna have to be a story point here. We have 5 of them, so we're not doing the best. But we're not going super fast, and they are in e-burn mode, so I could try to e-burn here, but we still have to do the dead drop at some point. There is an asteroid belt that we could potentially hide in. But yeah, that's a nasty surprise. Oh, well, you know what helps? My transponder's fucking on. Hey, we're in that stage of the game again where I'm screwing that. We're gonna try to e-burn anyway. Yeah. Always e-burn second. That's one of the golden rules of Starsector. And we have a mining station. I just sensor bursted on accident. I really meant to go dark. Well, I guess everybody's gonna find us now. So that's fun. Now we go dark. So there's a mining station. There's our dead drop. Vengeance fleet. They never... recompense must be paid, I guess, right? Now, it'd be really nice if the Agni just... Ooh, you're looking for me. Be really nice if the Agni would just like attack these jokers. But I'm gonna let them slide on for a minute. They're still looking for me. We're just gonna stay dark for a minute. It's like olden times. Looking for pirate raiders. Good, we do have Agni that are being a little more aggressive here. I'd love to have that Vengeance fleet eaten by things. So look, we made a little bit of cash. Now there's not a lot of Agni here. There's just a few. But hey, no story point used. That's a plus. See, it's all drama all the way down. Okay, is this mining station just a regular mining station? We have pods. We got 38 sea meat people. Another orbital fusion lamp. We can sell that blueprint for points. This is fine. Not too much here. Okay, cool. What is eating up my... Oh, we don't have that much cargo capacity because I didn't actually bring a cargo ship. That would do it. Alright. Well, anyway, here's these friends. I guess you got beat up by the mean old pirates, so that's not good. Okay, we're still dark. Vengeance fleet is pursuing an Agni shoal now, so that's fine. This looks like it might have ruins. It does. Okay, perform a survey. Survey says scattered ruins. Consider ship recovery for the Nista or Hyperion. Well, we gotta take the Hyperion. Right? I mean, it's a tiny frigate here, but the Hyperion's like a solo meme ship. You, like, kill everything with this. So we're gonna take a Hyperion. And what the fuck is that? A tectonic attenuator. That is a tongue twister. of an item there. Okay, so like I said, we're still doing this, but let's take a look. This is just a regular old Hyperion. It actually does already have some gear here. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna let it naturally build up and heal. We may have somebody pilot this. Technically, if I was better at this game, I could pilot it, but I think at this point we're just gonna try to go dark. You guys don't want to eat me, right? Although that's some sweet sounds coming from the Basking Agni. Alright. Kratol 2 deteriorated. That's fun. Alright, we always lead you to the most, like, dangerous stuff here. Anywhere else we want to go? I mean, if we look at our intel one more time, we do have 2 other gates up here, so I may as well pop one of these. Where is this one? Should be fine. Look, there's another dead ship. Oh, look. A red warning beacon. How bad could this be? Look, see, we're friends. We are friends, buddy. This actually is probably a nice system after all, too. But especially considering there's a remnant nexus right here. We never did survey this world. That's such an amazing fleet. Yeah. Look at this. We're going to find, like, the best planet we could have possibly had right now. Okay. What kind of industrial ruins? Granting access to exotic technologies. Strange pattern, usually emitted by a dormant nanoforge. So, poor farmland. Okay, so a good place, but maybe not as good as what we had. Still. We're not going to send intel to the hivers. And we got more shit. Cool. Alright. So we're here. There was a gate. That gate is up here. So yeah, this system would have checked all the boxes. Not that we need to check a lot of boxes, but that's certainly fun to be like, yeah, we got some good old guard dogs here from the remnants. I'm gonna say that where I'm staying is better, but it's probably not. Is that more ruins? It is more ruins. Tell me what you got. Okay, just would help if I actually hit the Explore the Ruins button. For those of you who want to call me out, yes, I am clicking on these. Frasser, there's probably not how it's pronounced. Yeah. I click on the buttons, I don't just use the hotkeys all the time. And we've got a ship graveyard over here with some actual ships. Think maybe the Iris is the only one I'm unfamiliar with right now. Don't know if I necessarily want to grab it, but maybe I do. It doesn't cost a story point to grab it. Yeah, it's probably fine. Look at this, all the ships. So what this means is that we do have some shit to drop off back at our hometown. So we need to go over to wherever our colony is. It's right here. Means I probably could have just gone ahead and salvaged the other places. But look, another ship graveyard here. But yeah, the plan again is going to be to build heavy industry. And part of the reason for that is that I want my patrol fleets to have no restrictions with how good the ships can be. But part of it is also just because getting blown out of the sky by a vengeance fleet has kind of taught Hannah an important lesson on being prepared. Oh my god, you scavengers. You guys are gonna learn, I guess. Think about all the good ships here. Let's go ahead and drop our kitties off at the pool. And if we look at our storage here, we got crew available. That's nice. Probably need only 65 of those. Don't need you, don't need you. Don't need you guys. Can sell you. Don't need you. Paladin point defense system. Overrated point defense system. So here's the other thing. I got some stuff to sell. I'm going to need some supplies. So before we move back around and do moving day shit, we're going to need to get some of the stuff here, which means I have some stuff to sell. Like, let's see. Light industry with biofactory embryo is really good. We have 2 pristine nanoforges. I don't think we're going to be able to use the hyper shunt tap, but you never know. But I do have some things I can sell. Like probably both atmospheric bombs here. Stellar reflector core. Probably don't need any of those. Weather manipulation core. Well, we can keep one of those. You never know for sure. I'm a hoarder. Combat drone replicator. I think we built ground defenses, so we can just install that right now. Simulation engine. Probably don't need it. Hyper transmitter. We can't use the soil nanites. Probably don't need that many logistics cores. Definitely don't need that many orbital fusion lamps. And we've got some good gear here. Like I said, I just want to make a little bit of money. All right. Also, we are at our fleet cap right now for destroyers, and even though this is small, it is a support destroyer. So we are going to put it in here. We can't keep the Hyperion right now. Kind of feels like cheating to keep it, but we're going to do it anyway. So Ion Pulsar here. Lava Belcher seems like fun. Typhoon Reaper Launcher with Expanded Missile Rack seems like fun. Can we restore this? Because I kind of feel like we probably want to restore this. So I'm going to use the money to do that for the Hyperion right now. Now, there are definitely some other ships that I could restore as well. But I think actually we do restore this now. Because we're about to sell a lot of stuff. Hopefully we don't go into debt here in just a second. But yeah, that ship is too good. Look at that top speed. Look at that top speed. You could use a thing or two with that top speed. But anyway, we do have another ship. And it's something else that I could have restored here too. Now we have some options. We have the Charybdis. We also have the Eradicator, which is fully built out. Let's look at our ships one more time here. If we were to try to auto-fit you right now, because we can't afford to restore you yet. And I think that's just going to be how it's going to be for a hot minute here. What does this look like? This is like a crazy energy ship. I don't even know if this is a good build or not. Who shoots lasers? America Titan, you love lasers and missiles. Nil Gasoline. If that's not the name of somebody that should be firing lasers everywhere, I don't know who is. Plus, she's an aggressive pilot, so that's nice. So we're going to move you up here. And we may work a little bit more on what the ship loadout looks like in a few, but let's go ahead and repair. All right, so we've got some cash money to sell. We've got some chips to cash from all of our exploration. I actually need to grab some of the crew out of storage. Funny how that works. Maybe not all that crew out of storage. So some of you guys can continue to sit in boxes like Colony Ship, the game, which is a good game here. But we do have some other weapons that we can pick up, and now we have slightly, marginally, possibly more storage. Not too much, but it's something. So let's go to Prism Freeport, and let's move some shit. Once again, I just really appreciate that Remnants are kind of telling everybody else to buzz off for me. And I totally didn't... we're going to be going back home soon, but I need to not sell my combat drone replicator. So we're going to set that over here and see if I can remember, or see if the game doesn't immediately auto-sort it for me. So... Safe place. That's where we start. Okay. Just got to see what just came in here. Alright. Oh, people, stop committing crime. That would be like life goals, I guess. So one of the sad parts about my job is that I help people through their misfortune, but that does mean that they do have to go through that misfortune. Let's see. So we're going to sell... First off, we're going to buy fuel. We're going to buy supplies. We can't afford the supplies yet. That's fine. Buy these supplies. And then you, both of you, we're going to trade you in. Orbital fusion lamp. Didn't have as much stuff as I thought, but I guess it's because I'm still a hoarder and I'm holding on to more stuff than I need to. So we're going to try to actually make a little more money here in just a bit. I don't know if I need that many supplies if we're just doing a moving run right now. 400 should be fine. We will need the fuel. Okay, so this is okay. For fun, let's look at the weapons that we could be getting today. We are definitely not buying weapons from places. That is something I'm going to stick with the Nuzlocke rules here. Let's see. So Midnight Dissonant. I could ask, are you an beta or an alpha core? Impolite of self kind to ask questions, Hannah. Oh my god, I could be rude. I beg your pardon. Dissonant makes no comment, although you imagine a sniffling sound. Okay, so we didn't ask about the AI core. Offers the beta core to help your manage your industries or drone ships as allowing partnership a sign of. Yeah, I'll buy that for 60,000 plus. I could turn it in for even more rep, but hey, we're trying to be. Thanks for being a friend. Cue the music. But yeah, like I said, we're going to be a little bit more aggressive from here on out about preemptively building up our defenses here. We have a custom order that's done in 10 days, which means the other custom order is probably also done. Missed that one. Don't know how I missed it. It's a giant ass missile launcher. I don't even know if I have a ship that can launch it yet, but it's fine. That is a later problem. Our problem today is that we're flying back to Dutch Harbor to move some more of our goods around. And don't forget, this is not our only outpost. We do have some other outposts. And one of my longer term goals is being able to find gates and build outposts in the four corners of the map. As I think I mentioned in a previous episode. That's part of... At least the Remnants are interested in what's going on in their search for Omega. Why they don't do it themselves, who knows for sure. We don't need a line telling us which way to go this time. Yeah, but one thing that we are going to have to deal with is carrying a heavier ship here, especially one that I could have actually done the restore button on here, because compromised armor is no good, damaged flight deck is no good. Yeah, we need to restore this too. Which means money's going to be something that we need to make more of. Which I always think back to the wedding singer on that one. I like money. I want more money. You can just give me some business cards with my name on it. Right? Okay, so there's the orbital lab. We can still do some of this stuff, but we need to pick up some sacrificial ships to drop off here too. So manage the colony. Lots of supplies, but they're at market cost. Oh, we actually did get most of the gear out of here. I was kind of thinking there was more weapons sitting in here. All right, well, where can we sell you? Looks like it's Valus or Voltum. Well, how much of this can we carry? 600 some. Yeah, I apparently already moved all my weapons and stuff, so we'll need to get a little fighty and make that work. But for now, let's Tashai is probably not how it's pronounced. And it's 17 light years north of us. Okay. So there are 2 Hiver planets here. There's a bunch of factions that hate us, but is the Ludic Church one of them? No. So let's have some fun and see how the grand takeover by the Hivers is going. Technically, we're pretty good here. We can just pop in on the side. Now, we have another gate that we can potentially go to. But yeah, you guys are having some good old-fashioned hostilities. And if we can profit off of that, that's fine. Do I go... Yeah, you know what? Let's fly through the core worlds. I haven't done that in a while, and sometimes you can get some pretty good contracts. And we don't have our beacon on for once. Not everything has to be a gate jump. We don't want the Vengeance fleet to be that confused all the time. Yeah. We're not knocking off an Iron Shell food delivery ship. That's not what we do here. Persian League, on the other hand, fuck you guys. If I wasn't carrying a bunch of weapons right now, like the hottest of hot cargo, maybe we'd have a different story here. You're patrolling. I know you guys don't care about the weapons. That's not great. I don't like ping-ponging through all this. And we do actually have some quests here, so I need to pay attention to what's new. Domain Era Probe. You know, I'm going to accept that. That's in a pretty good direction for where I want to explore. Let's see. Yeah, that probe is in the wrong direction. But this one, we got 120 days to get over past where we had the black hole cluster. Do we have a gate in that direction? Kinda. Mona the gate. That can work. That can definitely work. I did not mean to get slingshot one more time through here. And we have, I'm pressing shift when I need to be pressing S through here. That is a fancy unknown fleet that's just flying through. Alright. Now that I remember how to play the game. See, one of the issues, obviously, is that we have money. I'd love to restore things, but we also are losing money on our colony. Well, I know why there's a Shivan at Prism Freeport. We do have some officer payroll issues, but it's largely the colony here. If we make you a free port, that doesn't give us much more credits. The thing is that food is good, but it doesn't exactly pay. I mean, if we did the no hazard pay, we just would get no growth. And we do need that growth, so for now we're just going to have to eat that a little bit. Oh god, we have a variable assembler I could have been using this whole time. That's all the more reason to take some of this shit back. Alright, so one of the fun parts about my stupid rules that I set for myself in this run is that we can't actually just jump right on top here. But what we can do is go dark, see if we can go in undetected into this space here, because you know they're not going to let us trade. So slow. I don't see any patrols yet. We're probably good. This is probably overly cautious, but I am carrying a pretty good chunk of money from the early game. Alright. So let's take a look here. First off, oh my god. Somebody beat me to it. Well, that would be part of the reason to take the jump gate in the future here. So that demand is no longer there. We're just carrying a bunch of hot goods now. I guess we can go visit Asconia. That's fine. I was planning on going by Cilantra. That's not what it's called. I was planning on going back there anyway, so we're just going to run down here. But while we're here, hello, non-concerned man. We are not delivering to the hivers. Thank you. Good night. We don't have any officers to really consider either. Let's go. Screw you guys. Screw capitalism. Somebody else making a sale of heavy armaments before I can. It's exactly how it's supposed to be, but it's not supposed to be like this. Alright. It's going to be really great when I get to Asconia, and they are also... Now here's the thing, is that the price isn't exactly, like, great either. But we got to remember, we're in a universe where the hivers are pumping out way too much stuff and really killing a lot of the supply and demand issues. Probably a great time to remind myself if the Diktat actually hates us or not. No, they're neutral. We're not at the very beginning of the game where everybody wanted to murder us. So Voltune, apparently... Where it's at, I got 2 turntables and some lobsters. Like, it's not the best price, but it is a price. So I'm just gonna sell. And look at that. Special task force. Everybody trading. Are we allowed to trade these on the regular market? We can trade them on the black market. I mean, that'll make us suspicious as hell, but we can always buy some other shit to counterweight it. Okay, so you have a demand for 400 of these. Here you go. That's cash money records right there. And just to make sure we're on the up and up here, I will buy your overpriced fuel. I will buy your overpriced... Those aren't that overpriced. They're pretty overpriced. That means, you know, what I should be doing is running supplies. The problem is that it's Lucifron and a bunch of Hiver shit that has all the good supply sales, and then it's everyone else that needs it. Looks like people are starving here. That's not great. Our suspicion level is extreme right now. We do have a gate that we can run to. So, screw this. You know what? Allow the scan. That's fine. I'd rather have the story point. TBH. It's like, what are you going to do at this point? I should have just sold it all. Alright. So there ends my huge boon of getting a bunch of stuff at the beginning of the game. Alright. Let's go up here and see what we got. Because it may be time to do some more exploring before too long, but I do want to... That's a comm relay. No, thank you. Hey, are you Prism Freeport? No, you're not Prism Freeport. All right. First off, we can just take out of storage this thing. Hello, friend. You're pretty nice. Thank you very much. Now, if we look at you, once again, let's do the refit here. Doesn't come with anything built. Does have a large composite turret. Has a large ballistic turret. We may be able to have some fun with this. Federation construction, that's fun. Cruise engines, that's fun. Armored weapon mounts is fun. Missile micro replicator. Okay, well, degraded shield stinks a little bit, but we're going to live through this. Repair your ships. We're not gonna have a repeat and repeat of before. All right, so we're good there. We're probably good here. We're very likely good here, but we're gonna need probably a little more for our exploration run. We didn't, hey, I guess, you know, since we're running around with the pirate mule, we did have shielded cargo bays. So we didn't lose all of our stuff. Hooray. May want to hold on to that for later. But we can only take one of the cruisers right now. We're going to take the Charybdis. We're going to hold on to this for just a minute here. Let's go check out Midnight Dissonant again. Inquire about the blessings of Omega, potential supply of remnant ships. Ask about secret packaging delivery. Now, once again, she'll build something for me, or I can build something myself. And the thing is that we could build weapons, we can build other stuff. We just need to start thinking about what kind of ships we want to be putting into here. We're going to be coming back to Prism Freeport quite a bit. So at least for now, I'm not going to build any other weapons. I don't know if there's any, like, or not anything here. I'm not exactly sure if there's any weapons where I'm like, damn, I need this right now. But I'll have to think about that a little bit later, because there are some very good weapons that I could have her build. But we're gonna do that. Secret package delivery is in the wrong direction. Yeah, we will possibly pick that up later. Blessings of Omega. See what Midnight Dissonant and Omega have to offer. Have one weapon known to human not now belong to Hannah Kesslier if credits have. Oh, well, it's a Rift Lance. It costs 60,000. Does that? Okay, that's just that may work out later, but it's nice that it's there. So we're just gonna pop back to the home system, and then we're gonna do a little more exploring. Maybe get some fights along the way. We definitely need to drop off some goodies. I still didn't repair. But one of the important things about doing it this way is that we are going to need to make damn sure that we have all of our fuel, all of our supplies, all of everything else available to us. Hey, Legio Infernalis doesn't like us as much because of xenophobia. This is my shocked face. You can't see the camera on right now, but I promise you I'm shocked. Maybe they should be a little scared of us, to be honest. Dockside Bar, we're not going to play the game. Com Directory, we do have Europa Wood, an arms dealer. What's your business? Cut the comms link. Okay, I think we can actually develop that contact. So let's go ahead and drop you off for now. Don't accidentally delete the ship, please. And then if we look at our goods here, we don't have a ton of great stuff in storage. We can put all of these in storage. We need to actually equip that. We didn't trade that out, so we'll do that later. The fuel situation's not the best. And I do believe we built a big fucking missile launcher here. And it's one of these. I'm not going to waste y'all's time trying to find it, but what should have happened is that we build a giant missile launcher, and now we can launch the giant missiles. Not a Bream Lancer, not a Avalancher. Someone's looking at the screen here now. Simmerbreve launcher, there we go. Large missile. Fun times. Before we forget, let's go ahead and refit. We are going to restore here. It's a lot of demods to get rid of that make this ship a little bit better. If we auto-fit this one more time and do this as an attack ship, it could work. I like that they automatically put reinforced bulkheads on it, and I like that hardened shields is built into it. So yeah, pretty awesome. Now money's going to be a little bit of an issue if we explore for too long. We're going to repair our ships. Before we go too much further, let's go ahead and go to the contacts menu. Wherever it is, I always lose this, not operatives. Once again, we do have an arms dealer here. Don't know why we can't develop the arms dealer here, but we do have them. We'll figure it out later. We're clearly not out of it. Alright, well, enough of that. Let's go out to dinner and see a movie. So we're... Visit the Gladian Academy for new research projects available. Once again, you know what? We're going to do this now. I know it's a few supplies that we're burning. We're not going to visit the Gladian Academy right now, but we are going to do this right now. So we can look at our colony here. We can install this. Even if we do nothing else, that'll be a plus. Now, if we make improvements here, increases accessibility by 20%. I do think that is a very effective use of story points. Increases stability by 1. Like 54% access is not great. Getting rid of that high gravity is going to be important. What kind of VPC? I'm kind of thinking as fun as heavy armaments is. Alright. We're just going to do that. And this should be able to keep working here. Commodity output by 25% for a beta core. That's fine. Do I go ahead and assign an alpha core to this? I think so. Just do it now. Go in for a penny, in for a pound with the with these people. But yeah, see, like mining is going to be another good industry as well, but our debt's falling. I think 2 story points for 20%. See, now we can explore with a little more impunity. We're still losing some money. I say a little more impunity. It's either you have impunity or you don't. You are doing this without consequences or you are. It's not, hey, the consequences are dulled. But we are just going to fly a little bit. That's some good just housekeeping that we did that we needed to do. And these remnants are still like, bro, what are you doing? So, we said Mona was where to go. I do have another outpost around here, but we're trying to get over there. Hopefully we don't screw ourselves with our usual exploration exploits. but I think we'll be okay. So, Kesslier, Exodus, history. Look at our history. We have that much cargo for like half a second. We haven't gained levels in a while either. All right. Ugh. That's not what I'm looking for either. Accepted. There we go. Domain error probe over in the Levia star system. Wherever that is. None of these are Levia. There we go. It's a whole stack of systems on top of each other. We may also find a gate. Potentially. Let me remind myself here. Where is my other outpost? Tallywall over in Brashtonam. So that's where we would jump to if we needed to get fuel and things went bad. Because that's like over here. Alright, cool. So we kind of have our tether. And now we can just fly and hope for the best. And see if that's a space ghost following us. As usual, it is. And we have remnants lying in wait. Hey, friends! Look at you, friends! All of you friends. Here's our black hole cluster again. This was a neat place to explore. And here's actually some of the space intestines, the hyperlanes that will potentially, of course it runs out right there, but potentially do good at actually moving us through outer space. I mean, it's all outer space. But like deep, deep outer space. So it's interesting again. I wouldn't mind taking a fight or something somewhere. We have some better combat ships, but it's possible we may not get that fight because all we're getting out here is raiding remnants that are murdering anybody else that would be flying through, and they're obviously letting me pass through. It's good to have friends, but it's bad for the viewer. Anyway, we're here, and this is totally two systems stacked on top of each other. And that happens sometimes. Alright, well, where are we going? Our mission again. A frozen world in the star system. Well, I guess that's over here. At least everything's kind of clustered up in a way that makes sense, so... Not too much doing, just... Once again, our brave heroes are targeting the hivers, but that's another thing that's on my mind too, is that we've been busy struggling to survive for so long when, forsooth, if we don't get our feet on the ground soon, then we're gonna just die by the hivers taking over everything. And nobody wants the hivers to win, except for the hivers. Or anybody who watched Starship Troopers and was like, the only good bug is a winning bug. Buenos Aires was just a false flag. Oh man, I could go on. Hit somebody in the feels way too hard there without meaning to, probably. Okay. So while we're here, let's at least poke our head into a few more systems. This is how the exploration game works. We've got another domain error probe. I'm largely looking for gates here or ruins. It looks like we may have a little bit more. There we go. Automated defenses. I said I wanted to do this. That's 30 supplies for a Charybdis. Seems fine. Did I ever auto-fit the Hyperion? I should have put an officer in there. Okay, this is overkill. This is like way overkill. But we're doing it anyway. Itchy trigger finger. Ooh. We got a lot of pings on the radar for some reason. Probably because something's going to try to murder us. If I don't unpause it in a second. so we're going to Foot Clan this, and everybody's going to go one-on-one. It's fine. Of course, I'm going to immediately run into my friendly ship here. Okay. That asteroid's just having a better day than I am. Okay. You know, it's really interesting that those weapons aren't doing as much damage as maybe I could have bet they were. But I guess there's always some more, like, you just gotta work on optimizing your stuff. This is literally an auto-build Charybdis right now. Let's see if we can speed warp. Going backwards. Whoop! Oh! Mistakes were made. But that is a way to move faster. It's just backwards dashing. I think we won. Yeah, we won. Alright. And in that wreckage is not... Oh, we got 2 gamma cores. Awesome. And we got some survey data, which is not super exciting. And we got a 3rd gamma core. Could actually use more gamma cores. And we saw a ping down here for something. So let's see what this is. It's a derelict ship, a questionable frigate. It is a questionable derelict frigate from the Colonial Initiative. I'm gonna leave it. It could be what we want to get out of here, but I don't know for sure. I don't think that's ruins. All right, so we do know there is some stuff out here. I do kind of want to explore this cluster and see if we can find a gate. But we can as long as we can make it back to our emergency fueling land. It's one of these. It's somewhere. There it is. We might be alright or we might not. That's the fun part. We never really know how we're going to be. All we know is that we can just keep flying. This system probably doesn't have a lot in it, but I still feel obligated to check. This is fuel that we're losing by doing this, and we are rewarded with a domain error probe and an irradiated planet that maybe has ruins. Let's see. Hey, look, more automated defenses. I did say we wanted some fights. I still didn't adjust my officers, but we're good. Full assault. You know what? I'm even going to do this. I'm going to do one better here. We're going to autopilot this. I'm not even going to play the game. I'm just going to watch the game. And you know what? This is totally a legitimate way to play Starsector. If you don't like the piloting controls or commands here, you can just let the game do it for you. And I think that's really cool that that's an option. Although, from the looks of it, the energy weapons... I thought I saw something, but I think that was one of my weapons. Things are going to get tricky if reinforcements show up. Don't worry, they're derelicts. Nothing's really going to show up here. But yeah, easy enough. This is the good old Wolfpack tactics working. Alright, pick through the wreckage again. Beta core this time. I'm a fan. Actually, you're carrying too much shit now. And what do we got here? We have ultra-rich deposits. That's not super useful to me today, but a little more fuel is. Double tap. Okay. So, we definitely do not have ruins here. Okay. Then I'm going to pop into one more planet instead of staying in the solar flare. And we're going to call it an episode here, because things could be good or interesting, or they could be a bunch of nothing. But sometimes these star clusters are going to have a gate, and sometimes we're just going to need to pop enough treasure chests until we get the fuel we need to get back over here. We've got a bunch of rocky shit. a few planet clusters. Let's go down here and see if we got anything. Of course, I don't have my my map available to see if... Oh, we got one of these, an automated shipyard. That's cool. Just hanging out down here. Let's go down by the river here. And by the river, I mean this little cluster of planets. I think this is an okay place to stop. So this is Asher changing the direction of the run a little bit. Like I said, I do appreciate y'all's feedback. I do read the comments, even though I haven't always had time to respond like I'd like to. But I want to make sure that there is a positive balance for... Okay, there's something on the map there. Okay, I just missed that completely. But I want to make sure there's a positive balance between both the nature of the challenge and the enjoyment of the run. Not just for you, the viewer, but for me as well. So, if I'm looking at this character and say to myself, well, chips are down, what are we going to do about it? She's not just going to sit there and say, well, I guess they're down. And that's the plan. So we're going to be able to get some more ships. We already got one here. I need to think about some other frigates and everything. I need to assign somebody to the Hyperion before I forget here. I don't know if we have anybody that I really need to pull off. Thor Elysium's been doing pretty good, honestly. I hate that Guy Bremer's cautious. But we'll drop you over here. That's fine. Okay, well, that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Hopefully we'll have some more pew-pew fights with actual, like, not just roll over people here. I don't know if the wave pulse cannon is our best weapon here. The Rift Lance is certainly interesting. That's where I saw that weird glow that made me think something else is happening. Shadow Yards has some really good weapons that go with this, though. But that's for another time. That's it for now. Just rambling at this point. I'll see you next time.